This podcast is a part of the Rebel Without a Clue Media Network, featuring That Don't Work For Me Brother, Bullshitting, Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, Black Manifold Transmissions, Horny Little Book Club, The Open Heart Podcast, Tripped Out and Crazy, Mad Dogs, and The Revolution Will Be Broadcast. You can find all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Rebel Without a Clue, Strange Minds, Loud Hearts, No Apologies.
On my block, everything is everything for Sheezy. My block for Sheezy.
Hey dudes, welcome back to Shug's Hood. This is episode 3. I hope your Saturday morning I hope it's reflective. I hope your coffee is the perfect drinkable temperature. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed today, and even if you didn't, I hope you turned on an episode of Shug's Hood and a few minutes with your old buddy Shug can get your mind right for today. I'm getting ready for our porch session this morning. I'm going through, of course I'm currently rolling up today's subject of our porch session while also kind of getting a playlist ready for the porch. I don't know when the last time you guys made a playlist was, but that used to be a really important thing, having the right playlist for the occasion. Of course, before having the right playlist, it was having the right burnt CD. And then before that, it was having the right mixtape. So it's not like it's a new concept. Having a collection of curated songs that are the score for an event, a party, a sporting event, any kind of gathering or function, right? A playlist just sets the right tone. Let's see what kind of tone I want to go for this morning. So far on my playlist, it looks like I've got some, and I guess I probably haven't talked about this on Shug's Hood yet either. I like to wake up rocking. I also like to wake up fucking with my head full of congestion. Sorry guys, bear with me. As I was saying, the right playlist. I like to wake up rocking. Amber thinks I'm weird because I get up so much earlier than her. I get up so much earlier than a lot of people. I sleep a lot less than a lot of people. It can be an issue. We're working on that. Shug's Hood. So, as I was saying, I like to wake up rocking. Amber makes fun of me sometimes because it'll be like 7 a.m. I'm already an hour and a half, 2 hours into work, and I'll just be blaring fucking death metal in the zone, typing away at my computer. And that's what I mean. I like to really, really just shock the system first thing in the morning and get some aggressive music going. So let's see what we've got on our playlist. We've got the new Mastodon song, Snakes for Dinner. This is going to be their first album since the passing of their lead guitarist, Brent Hines. We're going to give this song another listen. I listened to it yesterday. I'll be honest with you, I'm not loving the mix on it. Like, the mix sounds a little bit weird to me. But we're going to give it another shot. We've also got some Angel Dust. Now, Angel Dust is one of my favorite bands. If you listen to other podcasts on the network, you've definitely heard me talk about Angel Dust. But what they do is a really cool combination of hardcore and more pop influence sounds. So it ends up being this really a really eclectic mix of sounds in one song with Angel Dust, and I like that a lot. varying from punk sounds to hardcore punk sounds to more metal inspired riffs to grunge sounding stuff to straight up like Beatles licks in the middle of a song. They're one of my favorite bands right now, so they're going on the list. We're going to listen to their song Let It Rot and Real Bad Thing. I've also got on here another band that's not so aggressive. They are definitely rock and roll. They're called the Dirty Nil. N-I-L, the Dirty Nil. They're a very cool band if you guys haven't checked them out. I'm going to put their song Wrestle You to Husker Du. Let's see. Let's round it out with something real fucking crunchy. Something that's got a lot of percussive sounds. You know what? We're going to go with Pig Destroyer, Army of Cops. All right. So we've got a little playlist ready for our porch session. We've got our subject of the porch session wrapped, rolled in a Rello, cigarello, blunt. You know I like a blunt. I've explained why. And look, to each their own. Enjoy it the way you like to enjoy it. I'm not here to judge you. You are not here to judge me. We are here to have a good morning. Thank you. So, let's go out to the porch. Okay, all right. We're on the porch. The birds are chirping. The squirrels are skittering. The grass is green. It's Arkansas, so my balls are about to sweat. So let's get this going. Okay. We are torched. We are inhaling. We are holding. We are holding. We are still holding. Okay. That's crazy. Okay. What we have today for our porch session that we're going to review, the strain we have is Gaschata. 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 Now, I'm not sure if this is a strain that's exclusive to Good Day or not, but I got this from Good Day Farms. This was a very, very fairly priced bag, and it was it was one of their popcorn quarters. Now, popcorn, let's get into that. So you've basically got, when you're buying weed, you've got, I think they call it bud, I call it nug, but like anything you buy that's not specified as popcorn or shake is going to be buds or big buds. I think they like to call it in dispensaries. Just meaning full buds, right? Like buds of cannabis flower that are fully formed, have the entire shape, or, you know, the size of your thumb, or bigger or smaller, depending on your thumb. My thumb is, I don't know, I got a weird thumb, dude. Fat little fucker. All right. And then below big buds or nugs, you have popcorn. Popcorn is going to be the smaller stuff, the size of popcorn that you would get at the movie theater or that you would pop at home in the microwave. Those buds are going to be smaller. Not really that big of a deal to me. I bet there's some people out there that get snooty about popcorn and stuff, but big buds, little buds, whatever. We love buds. Now, below that, you have shake. Now, shake and trim. So shake and trim is going to be whatever's left over from the trimming process, whatever's left over from packaging processes, whatever is shaken off of the flour and left in the bottom of containers, left in the bottom of bags, it's the remnants, right? It's the stuff that's left over. It's going to be like it's almost already broken down, right? I don't love shake. I'm going to be honest with you. It's usually going for a very cheap price. You can usually get a lot of shake for a little bit of money. If that's what you got to do that, brother. Fucking do that every time. I've been in situations where I've had to do that. It's not a big deal, man. Smoke you some shake, smoke you some trim, just smoke you some. So, but I prefer nugs or popcorn. Anyway, this Gaschata is popcorn. The nugs are little bitty. Basically no form as far as like traditional larger bud structure. Pretty in colors, got some blue hue to it, orange hairs, very, very bright greens. Breaks down nicely, rolls very well. Let's take a hit of this Gaschata and get some flavor profilation. Profile, baby, profilation. Okay, that's funky, dude. That's weird. I don't know. It's nutmeggy, sour, funky. Real funk on it. But clean funk. Like uptown funk. And the funk's all the way through. It's like, sometimes you'll catch it on the back end. Sometimes you'll get it real heavy on the front. This is all the way across the tongue. You get the funk. And let me just tell you, funk is not bad. We're looking for funk. Funky is good. For my nose. The funkier, the better. A little sweet. There's this weird nutmeggy cinnamon thing going on. I can't quite pinpoint it. Let's look at some strain details. Gaschata is a hybrid weed strain made from a genetic cross between horchata and grape gasoline. Okay, that checks out. And that's cool. Grape gas is a favorite of mine. Let's see, this strain, 60 sativa, 40% indica. Okay, so it's a sativa with some gas. Look, little thunder on this sativa. Ideal choice for experienced cannabis consumers, bred by Good Day Farm. All right, Good Day, you are the culprit. Jacques, Good Day Farms. It's good, bud. Let's see, terpene profile. Heavy on the myrcene, then the caryophyllene, then the limonene. I'm getting myrcene. I'm not getting any of that other stuff. Top flavors, diesel, grape, berry. Diesel for sure. Mine's not coming through real grapey, dude. It is this funky, nutmeggy, spoiled milk kind of sour thing going on, but I likes it. I like unique flavors. This is definitely unique. The bag I have is 24% THC at 1.75% terpenes. Now, I'd like the terps a little bit higher on that. We're not going to be, picky. We got the bag we got. I'd like the THC to be a little bit higher. But here we are. I don't know, man. People will tell you like, well, it's not about the THC level. It's all about the terps and the level of terps and the terp profile and the this and that and the other. I don't know, man. I've smoked high terp weed at, 14% THC, and I've smoked high terp weed at 27% THC. I've smoked, low terps at low THC and low terps at high THC. Every time I prefer high THC. I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that means for me. Except for I need the t-shirt. Lowest price. Highest THC. When I go into this dispensary. You know what? I've seen the big buds of this before. We're going to give it on the bag, which is kind of unfair because, as I said, lowest price, highest THC. So I'm not going to be too fucking hard on this bag as far as appearance. The appearance, we're going to go 6 out of 10. You get more of the grape on the nose. It's a little sweeter on the nose. Not as much of that funk. They hide the funk. And so we're going to give the nose is going to get, this is interesting, dude. This is unique. We're going to give this a 8.5 out of 10 on the nose just for the uniqueness. It's not, I mean, it's pungent. It's not going to like it's not one of those bags that if you open, it's going to like fuck up the entire room for like an hour, but it's stinking in a good way. That's the other funny thing about weed is like all of these terrible fucking adjectives mean good things. And then on the flavor, this is unique as hell, dudes. I don't taste anything like Gaschata ever. Let's give this on the taste another. It could be a little stouter. It's a very smooth flavor. I think that's got to do with the lower terps, but I could be talking out of my butt. Let's see. Flavor's getting an 8 out of 10. What's that, like an 8 overall? Something like that? I'm not doing math right now. We'll give it an 8. I don't know if that's what the past scores I gave average out to. I don't care. It's an 8 overall. Now, we've had our porch session. We've gotten our brains where they need to be. Let's go inside. Kick it up. The cup of Java. We have our coffee this morning. Today, we are actually going to be reviewing a brand that I found at the Kroger. That's right. We're reviewing coffees you can go get right at your local grocer. So, to review this morning, we are going to 8 o'clock coffee, medium roast. This was whole bean, grinded, poured into the coffee maker, made a cup of coffee. That's the coffee process over here. Do your coffee the way you like to do your coffee. Okay, 8 o'clock coffee. Let's take a sip. Ooh, oh. This is, 8 o'clock coffee. That's hot. Oh, man. This is 8 o'clock coffee. 8 o'clock coffee. Let's see. This tastes like diet Folgers. Like, this is like Folgers plus, I don't know if they added more, bitter to the recipe. Man, this was a bad idea. 8 o'clock coffee. You are drinkable. You are cheap. You are readily available. You are coffee. You get a 6. Yep. And we're going to brush right by the coffee review because it tastes like Folgers, kind of. Now, let's take a look at some good news. Maine counts over 20 million river herring during annual run, the highest in decades. A beloved local fish staple that was illegal to harvest as recently as 2012 has seen an incredible recovery in Maine's rivers following the removal of several large dams, particularly one on the Penobscot River. The removal of 2 dams has resulted in the premier success story of our time for Maine's alewife fish, which had been declining in population since the 18th century because of damming. Commercial offshore harvesting also decimated the fish, causing towns whose rivers weren't dammed to lose their herrings. So they took these dams out, and the fish came back. Herrings are back in Maine. Good news. South Carolina restaurant owner finds $12,000 in old cabinet and returns it to former owner. That's wholesome. That's a good man. Holy or woman. Let's read the article. fuck me. I read owner and I thought, man, that's on me. You know what? That's on me. I did that. I had that thought. That's something I need to correct. So, a restaurateur who found $12,000 cash got in touch with the rightful owner live on the news to explain he wanted to turn it over. Sock, I'm gonna fuck this name up. I'm so sorry, Sock. Sock Yoongjun-tuk. Yoongjun-tuk knew as soon as he saw the stack of $100 bills that they belonged to the man who sold him the restaurant that would become Lemongrass Pho and Thai cuisine in Myrtle Beach. At the time, how you gonna put his last name, dog? How you gonna... His first name is Sock, but you went with Yoongjun-tuk. At the time, Yoongjun-tuk was getting rid of some old standing tool chests that the previous owner had left. They were squarely junk in his mind, but with all such things, it was difficult resisting the urge to open them up and have a peek inside. He saw a sunglasses case, and then of course, when you see something like that, you want to open it and look. And there was a stack of money in it. Realizing he needed to get the money back to the man as soon as possible, he called the number he had on file, only to find it had been disconnected. So he went on the news to find this dude and return the money? Man, that's a good dude. That's a good dude. You just bought the restaurant from him. He left it. Oh, man. That's almost like... It's like taking a blessing and making it a good deed. Good news. Holy shit. This is cool. 3,200-year-old tomb discovered in Luxor from the era of Ramses. Another month, another big discovery in Luxor, this time of a tomb with preserved interior frescoes dating back around 3,200 years. The T-shaped tomb, it's T-shaped. Uppercase or lowercase? They have an uppercase, so let's say uppercase T. Was discovered by a team of Dutch Egypt archaeologists in the middle of a long-term project to combine proactive conservation strategies with archaeological excavations at the Theban necropolis. What is the Theban necropolis? So, they said that inscriptions inside the tomb identify its owner as a man named Pacer. P-A-S-E-R. Pacer? We're going to say Pacer. That's a dope name, dude. Oh, man, if Big Love ever has a boy, he should name him Pacer. Decorative frescoes lining the walls of the tomb indicate it may have been made and occupied during the 19th dynasty of the New Kingdom, the Ramesside period. That's cool as shit, too. Ramesside. That's a good band name. That included who is arguably ancient Egypt's greatest ever ruler, Ramesses II. Research into the site is ongoing. Its open forecourt leading to an inverted T-shaped layout is typical of New Kingdom tombs in the necropolis. Okay. Dude, these paintings are cool. There's pictures of the inside of it. The discovery of the tomb was made by Carina van den Hoven, who has directed excavations in the sector since 2018. New tombs, man. Good news. Snap. Woman crippled by... Oh, now, let me cook. Woman crippled by Alzheimer's resumes lively conversations after psilocybin mushrooms unlocked her memory. Whoa, dude. This isn't going to surprise anyone, but I'm a big fan of the psilocybins. From the May issue of Frontiers in Neuroscience comes the truly remarkable case study of a woman crippled by Alzheimer's recovering speech, bladder control, and motor function after one single dose of psilocybin mushrooms. She'd been living with Alzheimer's for a decade and under family supervision for almost that time, for almost that whole time. She's in her 80s, was given 5 grams of psychedelic mushrooms, went into a deep, sweaty sleep, awoke, and launched into an autobiographical tirade for 4 hours. What? She had for 5 years only spoken single syllables, had lost control of her urinary continence, was unable to stand or walk without assistance, couldn't recognize anyone or much of anything from her past or family, and suffered from severe motor skill dysfunction. She couldn't perform basic grooming. They gave her the psilocybin, and then the trip, she went into a deep sleep that lasted 19 hours. Then the woman opened her eyes, sat up, and began to talk and talk and talk, as if everything she'd been trying to say for the previous 10 years was flooding out, which it did, for 4 hours straight. During that first day post-treatment, she became much more social and could remember family members and their identities. On day 2, she regained the ability to move about independently. On day 3, she dressed herself while the researchers documented episodes of spontaneous initiative. She regained bladder control, even while asleep. She can... What? 1 month after the initial session, remained continent and functionally improved compared with baseline. A second supervised psilocybin... I was going to say, give this old bitch more. A second supervised psilocybin session using 3 grams of subsequently was performed and was associated with greater verbal expressivity, improved facial mimicry, spontaneous humor, emotionally balanced autobiographical imagery, and increased agility while walking. The findings do not imply disease reversal, but suggest that residual functional capacity may persist in late-stage neurodegeneration and may become transiently accessible under specific neuromodularity conditions. Whoa, dude. Psilocybin might be the key to Alzheimer's. That's good news. I think it's time for a vibe check. Okay, guys, so do I have a hat? No, I don't. Okay, I've been clear about that. I lied to you last episode and said I had it. So I guess I haven't been clear about it. So let me be clear about that. We have gone to a website called Wheel of Names, and I have uploaded a list of random verbs and nouns into this website, and we are going to spin the wheel of vibes. I'm going to click this. We fast. Okay. This is going to be weird. We're doing a vibe check on the number 7. Fuck. Okay. 7. Lucky number 7. Lucky number 7. Snow White and the 7 Dwarves. I think there's biblical significance to 7. I'm not like real well versed in the Bible or Christianity. I tried to read it. I did try to read the Bible. It's crazy to me when people are like, when I'm like, what's your favorite book? And they're like, the Bible. I'm like, well, you haven't read Harry Potter. The number 7 is often associated with luck. Yeah, lucky number 7. Various mythologies. It's linked to harmony and balance. 7 deadly sins. 6, 7. 7, 8, 9. 7-year itch. Has 7 ever been important in my life? I don't know if I remember much from when I was 7. I don't know if I remember much from when I was 14. 21 was cool. This is a hard one. Numbers are weird for me. I don't know if you guys have the same problem I do with numbers, but like, I just don't have attention to detail sometimes, or the give a fuck, I think, to be good at math. So numbers are weird for me. I try to avoid numbers. 7. Vibe check. 7's vibe is a 6 out of 10. Fucking dork. 7's kind of a dork. What are cool numbers? 7's fine. 8's got a cool shape. Well, guys, we've come to the end of another episode of Shug's Hood. And before we go, I'm going to end this show with a little bit of stoner wisdom. I want you to think about this today. I think sometimes people confuse busy with forward motion. Think about it. A hamster on a wheel all day runs and 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 runs. But it still lives in that one same cage, and it just runs and runs and runs all day and never goes anywhere. I think sometimes the most productive thing we can do is stop and figure out where it is that you're actually headed, and then start walking. Well, I guess that's going to do it for us over here at Shug's Hood. Let's put away our stash, brush our teeth, get ready to have a great day.
On my block, everything is everything for Sheezy. My block for Sheezy.